Cox. He signed to Elton John's management company. He toured alongside Taylor Swift, introduced Courtney Cox to her fiance, and just stood in line behind our very own Guillermo at the bar in the green room. He's a phenomenally successful musician. His album is called Multiply. Please say hello to Ed Sheeran. You were just at the Staples Center, and what 20,000 people you're playing in front of, and you do it just you and a guitar.
Yeah.
You can't afford a band, or what's going on?
No, well, actually, I mean, it started off when I was in school. No one wanted to be in a band with me, so I got a. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I got a pedal when I was like a loop station when I was 14, and it basically you can record all of it on the spot, and it loops up, and you can create your own band. And I never bothered getting one after that.
Yeah. That loop station put a lot of people out of work.
Yes, yeah, but it, I don't know, it keeps the overheads low. I tour with about 8 or 9 crew, so it's a small crew for an
Courtney Cox was here last night. She was rushing over to your show right afterwards.
Yeah.
How are you friendly with her?
Really, it's really random. I was at a restaurant, bumped into some people that knew her, got invited to a party. I didn't know it was her to begin with. They would just say, oh, well, we have a friend who's having a party. And I went to the party, and it was all the way out in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't have a car. I don't drive. So I ended up staying. And yeah, I didn't really go home.
And there's another odd thing is somehow you wound up living at Jamie Foxx's house for a time. He saw you playing and
yeah, well, that was another random one. I was playing It happens. I did a show for a night called Flight Poet in Inglewood. This was 2010, and I finished up the show, and I didn't really have any contacts there apart from the guy that ran the show. And I said, if you know anyone else that runs shows, can you hook me up? So for the whole month, I was doing shows across LA. Ended up doing one at the Foxhole, which is his night, and I played that. His manager was there, said, come on the Sirius radio show. So I went on the radio show. Again, he was like, oh yeah, just come around. Got a taxi out to where he lives, which is quite far, and I don't drive, so I just stayed. So it's fine.
How did it come to pass that you signed with Elton John's management company?
I was on tour with a guy in 2009 called Just Jack, and his manager came down to a lot of shows, and I was in a management company at the time who weren't very good. And well, for me, they're all right, but just they weren't for me. And yes, I was speaking to his manager, and he said, I technically can't talk to you because we have a no poaching agreement.
Ah, I see. Gotcha.
So I left the management and went with them. And
you did. And does Elton assist you? Does he guide your career personally?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty hands-on. Yeah.
Is he?
Sorry, I knew before I said that.
He offers you advice, and he...
No, well, he's obsessed with stats and figures. So, like, he will see percentages on radio going up in sales and be able to ring you up and be like, well, your record's going to do this week, but it's going to dip next week, so you make sure you do this. And he's...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's quite...
Yeah, well, I guess there's nobody that knows that better than him. I think, you know, he had #1 singles in, like, the 70s, 80s, and 90s, which I don't think anybody ever did.
I think the thing is with him, he's done everything right and everything wrong. Like, some of the stories that he said that when he was shooting the I'm Still Standing video, he didn't go out, he didn't want to shoot the video, and he asked his manager to do something about the wind, and that's why he wouldn't do the video, because there was wind.
He also dressed up as Donald Duck at Dodger Stadium, which was probably...
Kind of amazing, though.
Kind of amazing, but I don't think he can... I think he thinks of it as a mistake. Has he suggested you dress up like Donald Duck or any Disney character?
Well, he was the one that gave me the call to dress up as Annie.
He did.
That was my costume in life.
Your record... His record has no profanity on it. Your first record had a lot of profanity on it.
Look, I had one word.
Okay, well, a bad word. Yes, a very bad word. Why did you choose to make this one clean?
Well, I still swear live because I feel like it says 14+ on the ticket, so it's all right, I think.
Yeah.
But no, this one I got an Uber in LA, and it was a long drive, and I was chatting to the driver, and he was saying about how he doesn't take his daughter to people's concerts who swear on their CDs because they'll listen to the CDs and be like, not going to bring you to the concert. So I said, let me get your opinion. I have a song on this, and the lyrics are "Don't f with my love." And I was like, can I get your opinion on this song? And I played it to him, and he was kind of jamming out and be like, yeah, man, yeah, oh, that's my song, But you know what? I ain't gonna take my daughter to your show. And I was like, if I take the swearing off, will you take her to the show? And he was like, shut up. But he hasn't been in touch.
So you did that just to sell one extra album. That is really...
Well, no, but it
Ellen's going to love that, by the way.
It kind of helped out my
mate.
mate.
You sold an extra to an Uber driver here.
My mate was babysitting some kids the other day, and they sent me a video of like a 4-year-old and 5-year-old in the back of a car jamming out to that song, but singing along to it. So I'm kind of glad that I took the swearing out, because otherwise 4- and 5-year-olds would be jamming.
Yeah. I think that's the right thing. So, who named your group of fans? And when I came into work this morning, they were all camped out outside. Who named them the Cheerios?
See, I don't really like the fan name thing. It kind of like just bundles them all together. Like, I think, like, I'm a fan of a lot of people. I'm not just a fan of one person, so I don't really like the fan name thing.
So are you what? You like a little monster, or are you a?
I'm a believer. I think,
you're a believer, yeah. Well, you're gonna go play some music for us. You got a lot of people outside there. This is the album. It is called Multiply. Ed Sheeran, everybody. We'll be right back.